The fall of Hades in the 1930s, a shadowy Japanese death cult named Hades, led by the ruthless Amano Ka, purchased impoverished children from across the globe, training them as assassins to dismantle China's spiritual heritage. The cult's operations clashed with Japan's military ambitions, leading to its dissolution. Amano was imprisoned, and its members exiled or incarcerated. Yet, a Japanese prince, sensing opportunity in Amano's unyielding vision to resurrect Hades, proposed a clandestine alliance, offering to rebuild the cult under Amano's guidance despite his confinement elsewhere. Karashi Doc, a young martial artist with sharp features, intense dark eyes, and a lean, disciplined frame, trained relentlessly in a secluded dojo. Defeating all challengers, he was interrupted by Amano's voice, scolding him for training alone. Amano, aware of Doc's meeting with the prince, entrusted him with a monumental task. Within a month, summon the scattered Hades warriors, restore the Hades temple's former glory, and prepare to confront K-29, known as the Fist of Vaira, a former Shaolin disciple now serving the Japanese emperor. In a symbolic gesture, Amano passed leadership of Hades to Doc, urging him to prove his worth. To aid him, Amano assigned his daughter, Echo, a journalist with piercing eyes and a determined spirit, to document Hades' resurgence and amplify its influence. The Shaolin Temple, K-29, a muscular man with a shaved head, calm yet haunted, eyes and scars marking his past battles, trained with an hourglass, measuring his speed with relentless precision. Haunted by the tragic death of his elder brother, California 31, in a fateful duel, K-29 struggled to master a deadly 17-second technique requiring emotional control. His sister, Cassava, a gentle young woman with long braided hair and a caring demeanor, arrived with their ailing master, bringing sand for the hourglass. The master, frail but wise, noted K-29's emotional restraint hindered his true power, urging him to channel compassion into his strength. Meanwhile, Chinese military forces, led by Commander Bill, a stern man with a weathered face and resolute gaze, were captured and transported to a remote island housing the Hades Temple. Crossing treacherous bridges, dense forests, and jagged mountains, they reached the temple, where prisoners fought brutal matches for freedom, contingent on pledging loyalty to Hades. Hang Zhang, a fierce fighter with a scarred face and unyielding spirit, won a bloody bout, earning the right to face the sex high priest, a gaunt figure cloaked in dark robes. As Bill's men observed, a mortician, silent and somber, collected fallen bodies for burial. In their cell, the soldiers debated fighting for freedom, while Doc confronted Zhang in a nearby cell. Zhang mocked Doc, denying his claim to the title Vaira. Enraged, Doc strangled him briefly before storming off. The next day, Doc urged Bill to join Hades, promising peace, but Bill defiantly chose death. At the Shaolin Temple, K-29's master, on his deathbed, warned of Hades' return and urged K-29 to prepare for a confrontation. Mourning his master's death at Cassava's cries, K-29 trained with fierce determination, while Doc drilled his own warriors. During the master's funeral, a monk brought dire news. Cassava had been kidnapped by Hades. At the temple, terrified children, including Cassava, were branded with Hades' mark. Doc, furious at her attempt to flee, restrained her violently. K-29 arrived at the island, carrying an empty coffin as a symbol of his resolve. Inside the temple, Zhang faced Tetsumaku Rai, a brutal Hades member with wild eyes and a cruel grin, in a deadly match. K-29 interrupted, demanding the children's release, but Doc insisted he fight under Hades' rules. Tetsumaku defeated and killed Zhang, shocking the crowd. K-29, too late to save him, fought Tetsumaku with precision, demanding repentance. When Tetsumaku killed a captive in defiance, K-29 ended his life swiftly. The prisoners cheered, enraging Doc. Echo confronted K-29, questioning his violence, but K-29 insisted his actions protected the children, rejecting her claim that Hades offered safety. Later, K-29 recalled a secret passage in the temple he discovered with California 31 as a child. Using it, he infiltrated a cremation ceremony for Tetsumaku led by Doc. Echo, doubting Hades' honor, confided in K-29, who urged her to trust her instincts. The next day, Hades captured 3 prisoners, including Bill's subordinate Arnold, a loyal soldier with a determined gaze, offering them as sacrifices to Crazy Monkey, a shadowy assassin. In a dark room, Crazy Monkey slaughtered them with eerie whispers. K-29 confronted Doc, who accused him of causing California 31E's death through blind aggression. K-29, haunted by the loss, resolved to rescue the children. A prisoner meal. Bauer, a fiery soldier, attacked a Hades member after seeing Arnold's body, only to be mortally wounded. K-29, with a heavy heart, ended his suffering. That night, K-29 faced Crazy Monkey in a dark arena. Echo's camera flash disrupted Crazy Monkey, and the Mortician ignited fire powder, illuminating the fight. K-29 defeated and killed Crazy Monkey. In the water, the Japanese prince, furious at the loss, confronted Amano while Echo exposed Hades' atrocities to the public, shattering its facade. Amano sent samurai swords to the high priest, arming Hades for a massacre. K-29, observing the preparations, placed a letter in Arnold's hand for the Mortician to deliver. He pleaded with Doc to spare Bill's men, who were to be hanged. Doc agreed but forced Bill and his soldiers to fight K-29 to the death. In the arena, K-29 fought carefully, sparing them harm. The Mortician, secretly reviving Bill's men, shared K-29's plan to free the prisoners. K-29 found Cassava, comforting her, while the Mortician's attempt to deliver the letter failed, leading to his capture. The High Priest ordered all threats, including K-29, eliminated with Amano's swords. Echo warned K-29, but he revealed his counterplan. Bill's men sparked a rebellion, freeing prisoners. In the arena, K-29 faced Doc, who tormented him by displaying the bound Mortician. As rain fell, the battle raged. Echo shielded Cassava from an attack, dying in Bill's arms, urging the children's protection. The Mortician revealed himself as California 31, K-29's long-lost brother, bearing Hades' mark. Fueled by this, K-29 unleashed the 17-second technique, defeating Doc with a devastating Vire punch. Bill killed the High Priest in a duel. As Doc died, he acknowledged K-29 as the true king of Vira. At dawn, Hades members surrendered, and the temple fell. The survivors, including K-29, Cassava, and California 31, gathered at the shore, honoring Echo's sacrifice at her grave as ships arrived to take them home, the empty temple marking Hades' end.